M0AUG.
CQ, this is Denby Dale ARC, calling all members and friends of the Denby Dale ARC Radio Society for the 39th edition the last in 2023. So a number of people on. Eddie is missing at the moment, but he's probably asleep after playing all day with his Zagu, or Shagu, whatever we call it. I'll send him a text anyway. So we'll start with the top of the list this evening and go to you, Andrew. M0ROL in the group. M0AUG, not always okay, Andrew. Good evening.
M0AUG in the group. This is M0RO. Good evening, Jeff. Twice on top of the list again. I must have must do the lottery, but thanks for calling me in first. All well here, thank you. Hope everyone who else is on debt is keeping well and getting ready for the forthcoming imminent festivities. So yes, there's a lot of storms around. I don't know what's been like up by you, but we've had really strong winds today. Things have been blowing around the garden. We had a big dumpy bag that was empty, albeit it was empty, but the wind picked it up and it's gone. Hunted around the road and the neighbours, but it has disappeared. It's so someone's going to yellow dumpy bag in the garden at some stage, but and it's still quite windy out there now. So, but I'll pass it back to you. I think you said there's quite a few on tonight, so I'll give everyone have a chance to go in. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group. This is M0ROL.
G6Z.
Thanks, Dave. We'll put you up at the end of the list. Thanks, Andrew, and yeah, good that everything's okay with you. The wind's pretty bad up in the northwest as well, as you can probably see, so there's bound to be some damage. But as long as everybody stays safe, that's the main thing. And thank you for joining us this evening. We've got GB7HX on, but I don't think anybody's linked through 7HX at the moment. To put you in the picture, GB7HX, though, if you're a beta, is linked permanently to XLX305D. And the only time that moves away is if somebody goes into HX and redirects the repeater there to somewhere else. And after they've been finished, it defaults back to us. So thank you, Marty, for your monitoring. That's a useful resource for us. I don't know whether Ross will be coming in this evening or not. I'll put the call out because you've been locked on for a while there. Whiskey 1 Romeo Alpha Mark in the group. M0AG. Good evening, Ross, if you're there. Nothing else from Ross, so we'll go now over to Northern Germany and to our friend Mike and Alexander over there. So DL1BJW with TL8 and PDT in the group. M0AUG. Over to you there, Mike, please.
Sorry, this is Bell Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. Very good evening to all of you. Glad to be part of the meeting again, the last one this year. Very special. And yeah, we are sorry. Just got quite a cold again. We are very busy over here because we had to suddenly to organize the transfer, so to speak, of my stepmom into a senior citizens home here. And that was a lot to do, much work, but now she's settled in and she's quite happy with it. That's the most important thing, and feeling good, and so we are also feeling good here. Otherwise, we are both mainly okay as well, apart from some minor things. But the WX is absolutely awful here. It's raining very hard. There's a lot of flooding, and at the coast, which is not far away, only about 30 miles far north, the ferries are not going over to the islands any longer because of the weather. the storms are so high that there are high winds up to 11 Beaufort, and it's all very much not as one thinks about Christmas time, HI. And above all Christmas lighting in the garden has come down with a storm, but okay, that's not so important. We can put it up again. But mainly we've got another flooding in our cellar because of the high winds and heavy rains. It's the third time in 4 weeks. I'm fed up to the brim, I can tell you that. But you can do nothing but only to get the moisture out of the cellar with the help of buckets and a special vacuum cleaner, which fortunately we have here, and which can suck up the wetness, and so that we can put it outside the house. So that's the situation in a nutshell here. Everything okay, as I said. We are not losing our good feeling, and we are looking forward to Christmas, nevertheless. So I'll hand the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Very good evening to all of you. I'm glad to be able to talk to you. As Mike said, the situation is a little bit disastrous weather-wise and cellar-wise. But on the other hand, we had just got our Christmas tree and had it already trimmed, which is not usual. Usually we'll do this day before Christmas, but with all the things we had to manage in the few days, we thought that we will do this now, and so Christmas can come. And the Rivercoff antenna is outside in the garden, but at the moment it's only half the size because the storm has put down the fishing pool, and the total length is not 5.9 meters, but I think about 2.9 or so. But Mike, we're still working. Mike has been able to adjust with the antenna tuner, and had already worked Italy with QRP with this not really a correct antenna, but it works. So these are the news from here. So I have the microphone back to M0 AUG for the group.
BDT with DL1 BJW in the group, M0 AUG setting. Yeah, fine. It's unfortunate you've had the flooding in the cellar again, and obviously having to move something into care as well. So that's obviously taking the majority of your time over there, and we do appreciate you taking the time to join us this evening, because you two are very, very much part of this plant, as you know. We just hope it's not solved out with a damp, and maybe you need to get a humidifier in or something as well, just to dry it out and enjoy what you can there. And there we are. Over to you then, Nick, G4IW in the group, M0AUG. Good evening, Nick.
M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yes, good evening, Jeff, and good evening to all participants tonight in our really successful digital net. Delighted to see you all again, and get this opportunity to have the last chat before we all disappear into Christmas and the New Year. I agree with all the comments about the weather. It's been absolutely awful here today. We've had gusts of wind at 50 miles an hour, so 80 kilometers an hour in the house here, and they look as if they're going to be continuing overnight. In fact, this morning, and listeners up here will know where I'm talking about, I was driving on the M60 going past the Trafford Centre on the west of Manchester, and a very, very large lorry had been blown over by the wind. So the motorway was completely closed, and cranes were trying to right this lorry that was right across the carriageway there. So that's how bad the wind has been over here in the northwest. I'll get more on my next over, but delighted to participate tonight, and we are live again, of course, on YouTube. M0AUG in the group G4IW.
All right, well, you're in the group M0AUG, yes. Thanks for that, Nick, and also a reminder that we're obviously going out on the YouTube and the Zoom link on that. And it's so pleasing to see that we've got so many people on this net on the last net in 2023. And I don't know how Eddie's gone, so I just sent him a text. He's probably been playing with the Shegu all day, and I think got himself in a knot, or he's fallen asleep in the chair. But sorry, I don't tell him that one. And we've got so many people on tonight. So, I'll stop them now. And Keith, it's great to see you again on the net. I hope things are okay with you up there. GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG. M0AUG in the group, GM4JKZ return. Yes, good evening, Jeff and one and all. And yeah, been off for a while. Had lots of things going on up here. Got new doors fitted and doors down south, so I've been doing a lot of work in the evenings, planning for that. But enough of that. My antenna, my GS Commander is on its horizontal bracket at the moment on the graph. I laid it down last night before the winds, the proper winds arrived up here. And the long wire's fine, okay at the moment. So still able to have a tune around on the bands on the FT8. One of the stations I did here today and yesterday was over in Kiribati Island in the Pacific, but couldn't get contact with it, unfortunately. The rest of Europe just pounced on it, but I'll still listen out for it. Decorations are up. Mike, flooding, I know what you're going through. When we lived down in Corfe, our outbuildings used to flood. We used to have like a mini bore, sort of 1.5 to 2 inch tidal wave coming down the access road to where we lived. So I know what you're going through. It's a real pain, I must admit. But happily here we're on a hillside. The only advantage to the weather up here is the fact that I will go out tomorrow and get the kindling, because the big old trees opposite on the opposite side of the road, they're dropping some of their smaller branches. So we always go and collect that ready for lighting the fire. So with that, I'll put it back to you there, Jeff. M0AUG with Group GM4JKZ. GM4JKZ. I'll be back with us this evening, and I've not checked, but I don't know whether you are aware that the club now has a very active WhatsApp group, and if you've not joined already, it's worthwhile sending a request on the offer good information there, especially from Ken G4 DZ, who goes down to Alicante quite a bit and plays with his trolley radio by the side of the salt pans and gets tremendous results. So if I'm duplicating, apologies, but if I'm not, I hope you can join us there. Okay, over to America now, and November 4 X-ray Alpha Tango, M0AUG. And before we go any further, Bob, the first question is, how to cap it over to you?
M0AUG with Group November 4 X-ray Alpha Tango. And first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone on the net. This morning I was on the Royal Navy Amateur Radio Society DXNet, and I was surprised at some of the weather that you fellas up there in Scotland are getting. it looks like you really have the winds up there yesterday and again today. Here it's been cool, but it's been running right around freezing temperatures here, and mostly overcast. Today we did get a little sun, but that was about it. Radio wise, I was surprised yesterday. I put out a CQ on FT8 with my 705 with about 8 watts. The first person that came back to me was in France. So signals were fair yesterday, and today I'm getting out more to the west of the United States, which I really need a lot of the western states. Today, mostly I've been working in CW, but I think I got 2 or 3 new western states today. So things are picking up for me as far as low power goes, and I am still loving it. There's not much else to report from here. Kathy is doing well. She's improving much faster than the medical people expected. And today, I think that she's tired of my cooking because today she made dinner for us. So I think that maybe I'm working in the right direction and getting her back into the kitchen. Hi. With that, back to you, Jeff. The only other thing is our Jeff towards the battleship. Tomorrow he's going to try again on 40 meters with his teletype, and he really is making progress. He's using all Navy equipment with that. No what we would call amateur equipment from today. It's all the older stuff. So with that, back to you, Jeff. M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango.
November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AUG turning fine in that moment. Particularly glad to hear that everything's okay with Kathy. She's obviously getting better and she's taking over from your culinary activities there. And fine on the DX and all the contacts that you're getting with the 705. I think like the rest of you, you love the 705 as a radio. I'm good. I'm so pleased you could join us on the next evening there, Bob. Right. We'll swap around because Dave's been swapping around on there, so we'll go over to Belgium first of all. Up to November 8, November Tango in the group, M0AUG. Good evening, Jeff. Hope all is well with you.
M0AUG, the group. 8 November Tango, a very good evening to everyone. Very nice to meet up here again on this evening, the last Thursday evening of the year. Very nice, and good news there, Bob, about Katie. I think you probably took very well care of her, and that's probably the reason why she is improving so fast. So that must be the case. I have no doubt about it. Well, weather-wise, 10 degrees Celsius, a lot of wind and a lot of rain, and that will be the same for the next Christmas days. Until Tuesday at least. So that's the weather. Radio-wise, not that very active. I had some other issues to deal with, but anyway, I managed to work my 30,000 QSO in the logbook this week. So I have 30,000 QSOs in the logbook since I'm licensed in 2006, I think. Yeah, 2006. And I worked some 185 countries, DXC countries, with modest equipment, more most of the time QRP power and mobile whips and other antennas. So that's the big news here, Jeff. Mike 0AUG, the group of 8 November Tango.
8 November Tango in the group, M0AUG 30,000 contacts. That's absolutely incredible with the limited support that you've got over there, and that's superb, Jeff. You've got to work now to the next one, haven't you? What's the next one? 40,000, you're going to 35. That's up to you. Good to have you on this evening, Jeff. So, over to you, Dave. You are logged on twice. You've got 2 going at the moment, but I'll see where we go from there. Yeah, and if it causes any conflict, I'll let you know. G637 in the group, M0AUG. Good evening, Dave. Group, M0AUG. Call from David Prime, and as I say, he seems to have got through connections into 305 jobs for the moment. So whether that's causing a problem, I don't know. I'll put it back over to you there, Andrew, and maybe when you finish your over, you might just try to send an email to Dave to see if you can help him with this. M0RL in the group, M0AUG.
Yeah, M0AUG in the group, M0RL. But great news, Bob, that your wife is making good recovery. I'd hate to say that it was the fact that she wanted some nice cooking. I would not dream of saying anything like that, but it's good news that she's up on her feet and back to almost back to normal. So that's good news just before Christmas. And the 30,000 contacts, Jeff, I can only dream of that. I think that I probably got about 2,000 in the log, if that. So well done. That's a really good. Good innings on there, and flooded cellars like Angela, that must be awful. I suspect that you probably prepared for it and don't have much down there that could be damaged now if it's not the first time it's been flooded. Well, the only radio I've been doing was two things. I've moved over back to Pi-Star with getting on to this reflector on this one. Dave and I sort of discussed very much yesterday, and the sound quality. I'm not getting so many cutouts getting with the open spot. Whether that's a coincidence, maybe just the internet is a little bit better today, but it did seem to be working quite well. And yesterday I packed up my portable kit, drove over to East Somerset, almost into Wiltshire, to a place I used to go when I used to live over in Bruton. Got up on the hill to set everything up, and it was so windy that I just could hardly get out of the car and walk, let alone put an antenna up. So that was a rather wasted day, but I did go for quite a long walk through the woods. But it was certainly very windy on that one. And today I walked down to the seafront in Minehead, and water, and the waves are splashing over the half wall. It was very rough out in the channel, and there was a big container ship going down the channel. I think the tide turned, and you could even see that moving around with it. So rough out there. So yes, it's been a pretty rough time. But hopefully Dave would have got back on now. So I'll pass it back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, M0ROR.
The group M0AUG. Yeah, we'll try Dave, but he is connected to this from two connections at the moment, Andrew. So if you don't hear anything back from me, maybe you can just send him an email or something. But we didn't get anything last time. But we'll just try again before we continue down the rest of the group. G6 and ZSN in the group, M0AUG. Nothing at all heard from Dave there, Andrew. I don't know you can do anything before we get to the end of the list again. There's a few stations to go if you were able to contact Dave and tell him to either unplug everything and start again with just one. I don't know. There you go. Right, where we go now? We'll just see if Ross is on. If he isn't, we'll pass plate over to the Jimmy. But Whiskey 1 Romeo Alpha Bravo in the group, M0AUG. DL1BJW with DL8BDT in the group, M0AUG. Over to you there, please, Mike.
Okay, sorry about that. DL1BJW. First of all, to Jeff Owen Tango, congratulations to your 30,000 contacts. For XIT, very glad to hear that Kathy is feeling better and things improving on this side. For the very best. Radio-wise, I have to report there was no so much happening here because of all the things happening at the site, but nevertheless on FD8 and FD4 I got some nice things going there. I missed the Australian and New Zealand stations, which I could hear in the last few weeks quite often, and now it's relatively rare that they appear on my screen there. I'm not quite sure what the reason of that may be. But in between there are always some things which are very satisfying. For example, I worked Reunion Island, Foxtrot Romeo for Oscar Sierra on FT4 on 10 meters just this morning, and yesterday or the day before that, I'm not quite sure. I had a FD8 contact on 20 meters with Kilo Hotel 6 Charlie Whiskey in Hawaii. That also went very well. And I was trying out 40 meters on FD8 and FD4 in the mornings, and was astonished to see that I could reach on 4 meters that I could reach the midwestern states of the U.S. For example, Alpha Delta 8 India Oscar was FD4. That was a surprise. Because at this time of the day, I didn't expect that. So that's the news from here. Passing the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Yes, also from my side, best wishes to Katie. It's very good that everything is going well now, and I hope that it will be better during the next days and weeks. And yes, Jeff, also from my side, congratulations to your 30,000 contacts. Well, there's very many QSOs there during the last few years. I don't think that I've had so many QSOs on my side. Fantastic. And also with the setup. Very good. Experiments with my Zygo G90 because now I have the antenna outside of my bureau. I had an NFET half wave outside, and it was quite good, but nothing to write home about Europe and so on. But I think it's always very good to talk to people if you can get a good contact and can exchange some news and things about preparations for Christmas and so on. I think this is very interesting, and it's putting people together, and this is the most important thing with ham radio for me. And yes, so I have nothing to report, to add, and I hand the microphone back to M0AUG for the group.
BGT, the DL1BJW in the group M0AUG. Yeah, thanks for both of you. I like comes to resolve it from what you said in the first LV, but other things to stay your minds away from radio. And, we all agree that Jeff was going to break the Batango. Fantastic number of scores, Jeff. We should be an example to everybody who's got, limited perspective. You come to the top bit, and that's absolutely superb. Yeah. Dave did connect again, but he's disconnected, so I was just going to call him in to see if he was still with us. But not this time around. So all the people that think G4IWO in the group, M0AUG.
Yeah, M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yes, okay, everybody. And first of all, to Bob out in the US, I'm really pleased that Kathy's home and making a good recovery. So do pass on my regards to her as well, Bob. That's very good news. And congratulations, of course, to Jeff over in Belgium for the remarkable success that you have in your location and QTH there. While I'm talking, I just wanted to give a very quick reminder to everyone this evening to try and join in the Club 40-meter activity net on Wednesday, January the 3rd. On Wednesday, January the 3rd, we have agreed that we are going to try and have an evening, at least starting on 40 meters, with all the GB HNY stations, the Happy New Year stations. I've got GB4 HNY, Golf Bravo 4 Hotel November Yankee, that will be active from the 28th of December for 4 weeks. I will also be one of the participants in the 40-meter activity net. So the 40-meter net is on Wednesday, the 3rd of January, starting at 7:30 p.m. 19:30 Zulu on 40 meters. And we'll post up on the WhatsApp group information about the frequency that people are on. So we're hoping that all the HMY stations will be there on a variety of different modes, on CW, on single sideband and FT8 as well. And let's see if we can get as many contacts in between club members as possible. And just my second plug of the evening, that Ben from Wales is going to be talking to us on Wednesday, January the 10th, under the headline of Rucksack and Radio. He's going to talk about portable operating and SOTA in particular. But you'll discover on the evening, we've got a proposal that I'm going to be putting to the club committee, and that I'll raise on January the 10th as well, about a similar activity across Yorkshire and Lancashire to that which took place earlier this year in Wales. So watch out for information about that, both by email and at the club meeting next on January the 10th. So Jeff, back to you. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
Thanks very much for that, Nick, with the update on the actual activities. And particularly from an nice if we can get some of the HNY and in the log as well. And also the other activities that you just mentioned. I'm just going to see if Dave's with us before we move on up to Scotland there. So forgive me for jumping out of line there. G6, the other side of the group, the AUG. Are you with us, Dave? Nothing at all from Dave, and I'm sorry about that. So he must have some difficulties down there with the hotspots or whatever. So back up to you in Scotland, or what is it anyway? Golf Mike 4 Juliet Kilo Zulu and the AUG.
M0 in the group, okay, yeah, okay, Jeff, fine. And Jeff over there in Belgium, 30,000, brilliant. I've just checked mine since I've moved up here. I've only got
just over half that number, 15,752 in the log. I've got a bit of catching up to do. Okay, the Kiribati station, by the way, if anybody wants to write the call sign down, it's Tango 32 Tango Tango. And they were going to pack up at the end of, well, they were going to pack up, I think, for Christmas, but they've extended for a further 3 weeks through to the 10th of January next year. So, given that it's a tiny island bang in the middle of the Pacific, it's quite a nice one to work. And they're just they're south of Hawaii and halfway between Australia and Mexico, so that's where they are. Daughter at the moment won't be with us this Christmas. She's in Norway with her godchildren for festivities. She was delighted that it snowed yesterday, so I think she'll be doing some skiing perhaps. But yeah, otherwise up here, yes, it's been pretty interesting, I think is the phrase. I stayed in when need be, but yeah, blowing quite a hoolie up here, I must admit. I'm surprised that our new small fruit trees are still standing, because where we are, it funnels down the valley usually, but fortunately it's coming from the opposite direction. So the barn building is protecting the garden somewhat from direct wind. Okay, the other thing to add is my sprat arrived today, so I haven't had a proper look at it yet, so that's a new one to look forward to. Oh, also, just as a final thing from me, I've acquired these Konsheng K6 handheld transceivers. Quite impressed, but of the only disadvantage is the AM on aircraft band isn't good, it's very noisy. But what do you expect for a £12 radio handheld? 4 watts out. I can just get into the louder repeater from here, but obviously the other handhelds have got a bit more power, they're fine. So, playing with this, and I'll give you an update next week or the week after. Mike Zero, AUG, back to you, Jeff, from GM4JKZ.
Break, Jeff.
Zero, AUG. Yeah. Just say your audio was not as good before there, Keith, but it's absolutely great to have you back on. You've obviously been out for a while with various reasons, but so pleased you could join us again this evening. So before we go further, I'm going to bring Nick back in because Nick had a couple of YouTube messages that I can bring him in to give us the details on. I'll go over to you there, Nick, G4IW, or in the group M0AUG.
Yeah, M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff. A couple of messages. First of all, from Steve, G0NIF, down in Egham in Surrey. He's just said good evening to everyone on the net tonight and a happy Christmas from him. And a second message from Whiskey X-Ray 4 Charlie Bravo, Charles in Florida, says good afternoon all. Happy Christmas from me over the other side of the pond. Back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group G4IWO.
All right, we're in M0AUG returning. Thanks very much for the messages from Steve, Stereo November India Fox, and Charles, Whiskey X-Ray 4 Charlie Bravo. I'm here enjoying the group and hope if you got them D-Star or DMR equipment, you can actually join us live on the group on Wednesday evenings or on Thursday evenings. We're not on next week, but we will be back in January from the first Thursday now. So thanks for your messages and support this evening. Very kind of you. Right, back over to you there, Bob, November 4 X-Ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AUG.
MS0AUG group, November 4 X-Ray Alpha Tango. Not much to report more radio-wise, but I did come across something interesting aboard the ship. We found a room or the spaces where the captain would have senior visitors. And in that room, we found that he had a wine cabinet that held over 200 bottles of wine. Of course, they were all gone. So we're trying to replace the wine cabinet with empty bottles with corks in it so that it looks real. And we're hoping to open it to visitors. The room was full of junk. And as of last week, we got most of the junk out of that room, and we're starting to make it look like it was when there actually was a captain aboard the ship. So that's the latest from Battleship New Jersey. Now, of course, we weren't supposed to be able to drink, but apparently the captain and his guests would have plenty of wine. Hi. Merry Christmas to all, and back to you, Jeff. And congratulations to Jeff in Belgium. Through my paper, I think I only have maybe a little over 10,000 online of QSOs since I've started putting them online and gave up the paper, Jeff. So congratulations. And one of these days, maybe I'll be able to catch up with you. Back to you, Jeff in England, M0AUG with group number 4, X-Ray Alpha Tiger.
And 4XAT in the group M0AUG, not finding that, Bob, and we're all pleased that you were able to join in the net on these Thursday evenings. And I think from what you said, that you enjoy it as well, and long may it continue. And thanks for the updates on the captain's report on the news there. Yeah, interesting. Gallons of wine. What a waste if you have to take rid of it. So, over to you, Jeff in Belgium, off in November 8, November Tango, M0AUG.
M0AUG, the group, over 8 November Tango. Yeah, first of all, a very good evening to Steve and Charles in Florida there on the YouTube channel, and a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you also. Okay, about 30,000 QSOs. Well, from the beginning, I started to log on PC on a computer. So that's maybe one of the advantages. So I never logged into a paper log. So and that's only the only HF and 2 meter 70 centimeter contact side log. I don't log digital QSOs like we do here now, because basically we are not forced anymore. We should not keep a log anymore since a couple of years. So I only log things on HF and SSD or FT8, things like that. And about the 2-3 Tango, I've seen a lot of people calling that stage, but I have never decoded it. So I should better take a look for that and try to work that station. And about the problems there on the cellar, Mike, that's really, Mike and Adriana, that's really not pleasant, such an experience there. And the half Rybakov is also very interesting. So still able to work some nice stations. Last weekend, we should have the flow scan TV from the International Space Station, but actually nothing happened during 3 days. So they seem to have a technical problem that they could not solve in one way or another. I don't know why, but anyway. And I also have the in other things here at home. Anyway, the only thing of interest, I think, during the limited time that I was operating was at least I managed to work Angola on 15 meters. I tried that for such time. I have them on 12 meters and on 10 meters and so on, and on 20 meters, but 15 meters that work for some strange reason or another. And I think yesterday morning I worked him, so very happy about that. So back to you, Jeff. Mike 0 AUG, the group for 8 November Tango.
got 8 November Tango in the group M08 returning. Yeah, that's fine on you. Thanks on the, for giving us an update on the context so far. Looking at my electronic log, I wish it worked. So I thought you'd online rather than the manual book. And I've actually just got about 10,000 contacts in there at the moment. But I've got a considerable number of contacts on manual records in the past before that, but nothing to compare with your record. Excellent, well done. Let's just see if Dave's on now. I know you moved over to DMR, Dave, so let's see where we are from there. G6 in the group, M0AG.
M.
So it's about things working out this evening, Dave. I'm sorry about that. I know you're trying to get on most of the net, but something's obviously causing you an issue down there. So back up to the top of the list, and look at 2016 we are now in the UTC, so probably time to have the finals now, I think. Over to you if you want, please, Andrew. ROL in the group. I hope you can help Dave with his technical issues there. M0RUG.
Yeah, M0A in the group, M0ROL. Yes, I had an email from Dave to say that if we could push up him on 73 and a happy Christmas. And yeah, we'll work on it and get the problem sorted out. It's like all these things with digital, could be some internet problems that Dave's having, or could be anything. So, but yeah, we'll get it all sorted out for next time on that one. And yes, really, just to wrap up on my finals, there's a couple of thanks. I think first of all, Nick, for running the Denby Dale Amateur Radio Club. I think you've done absolutely sterling work this year. I know that you've had a fairly AGM with some of the members. I think that you've sold it to the best satisfaction for everyone. I think the amount of work that you must put in to get all the speakers for the Zoom meetings and all the activities. I don't know how you have time for anything else, but certainly for me, thank you for your time and expertise in organising it all and doing what is I think a very successful, almost you could say a global club now with Bob coming in from the States and Mike and Andrew and Jeff, one or two others that come in from abroad. So yes, it's a credit to you and your committee. It's been a good year on that one. And a second thank you to you, Jeff, for running the nets every week. I know it can't be easy all the time to find the time, but yes, you've done great holding the net together. Great little sort of friendly group we have on a Thursday, and it was nice to stay in touch. So again, a big thank you from me on that one. So finally, I'll wrap it up. Everyone, a really happy Christmas. I hope that Father Christmas brings you lots of radio gear. I think he's going to sort of pass over me, really. I think that I've got a new second-hand key from Dave that I was playing out. It seems to be extremely well. I need to work on my CW. I think that that's the only thing that I'm going to see this Christmas. But happy Christmas to everyone, and a really sort of good new year, and catch on the next net. So for me, it is a 73, and a good night. So back to you, Jeff, M0AUG, the group, M0ROL.
M0ROL in the group, M0AUG returning. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Andrew, and also for your good wishes. I do agree with you. The work that Nick and the committee have put into to making the club what it is today is absolutely fantastic. There's so much going on. It's got to be one of the best clubs in the country. And thanks to everybody, Nick, for what you do. And yeah, as Andrew said, I don't know how you find the time sometimes. As far as thanks to me concerned, I'm very grateful for that, but I'm also very grateful to the assistance that I received from my good friend Jeff in Belgium, Oscar November Tango, when we were setting this up all in the process, and the amount of time that Jeff and I spent with people who wanted to join the net, and we'll continue to do so going forward. We enjoy it. We've got a cracking group there on the go at the moment, and let's hope we can build on that. And to all those who are listening on the Zoom channel or watching it on YouTube, if you've got digital equipment, come and join us on Thursday evening. Not next week. We're back on the 4th of January, and we'd love to hear you on air as well. So thanks for that, Andrew. Have a good Christmas and New Year yourself, and look forward to catching up with you again. Over to you in Northern Germany for your finals, Mike and Adriana. DL1BJW with DL8BDT. Please take it, Mike.
Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey was the final. Yes, first of all, greetings to Steve and Charles on the YouTube channel there. Looking forward to you perhaps coming into the group via D-Star in the future. That would be very nice. As to the activity on 40 meters on the 3rd of January, I have to tell you we are trying to participate, or we will be trying to participate, but the 3rd of January is Adriana's birthday, so it should be possible, but it's not guaranteed. It could be a little bit difficult. Perhaps we can shoo the guests out of the house in time, HI. But I think we are trying nevertheless. And thank you, Jeff, for hosting the net. As always, it's a pleasure listening to you, and you do that very, very well. Thank you very much for that. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous, and healthy New Year, all of you. I'm very glad to be of this meeting group, and also very glad and a little bit proud to be a part of Denby Dale Amateur Radio Society. So all the very best to everyone, and see you in the new year, hopefully. Have a nice Christmas and a happy New Year. This was DL1BJW, passing the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Yes, I'm very, very glad to be part of the Denby Dale Amateur Radio Society, and it has been a very great pleasure in the last years, and it's so good that it's a possibility to make friends all over the world and to be able to listen to the interesting talks and learn a lot. I think during the many years I have been into amateur radio, and I have been into our local amateur radio club. I had not had so much input into technical details and tips and tricks and so on. And this is very good during the Zoom meetings, and to be able to learn more things about interesting people who are involved into amateur radio, and to be a friend of all of you. And it's a very great pleasure. So thank you very much also for this digital net. It's always a great pleasure, and I wish you all a Merry, Merry Christmas, and I hope that we will be able to work you during the next days and during the special event, and we'll try to work you also on 3rd of January. So all the best wishes, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, 73 and 88 from DL8 BDT. I hand the microphone back to M0 AUG.
BDT with DL1 BKW M0 returning. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike, Adrian. It's an absolutely fantastic club to be part of. And the broad activities that we do in the club, the WhatsApp group and the Zoom meetings and everything else. It's hard work to do that. And obviously, I don't want to embarrass Nick, but he does put an awful lot of work into the club, and especially with things that were possibly going to happen around the AGM time. Nick has steered the club through to greater length, and for that we must all be grateful. And thank you particularly for the friendship and the support that this group has provided. This is absolutely a superb group. A lot of us have been with it right from the beginning. And to bring in obviously people from Northern Germany, more with the US and Jeff in Belgium is absolutely great. And if we can get a few more people into the group from elsewhere, I will again confirm that Denby Dale Amateur Radio Society is truly an international club. Thank you, Nick. So, best wishes to everybody over there, as I will tell you at the end for Christmas and the New Year. So we'll pass it over to Nick for now. G4IW in the group, M0AUG.
Yeah, M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Thank you very much, everybody, for your really kind comments. I mean, I've really enjoyed what we've done with the club and the lovely members we've got who come to our activities and our meetings and our nets and our YouTube speakers, etc. I've had a great amount of pleasure out of this, and I'm pleased everyone else does as well. So thank you very much indeed for your lovely comments. A couple of bits from me. G4VZV has popped up on YouTube to say good evening to all on the digital net. All very interesting listening via a different system. Before the net ends, can I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2024 from Ken, G4VZV. So lovely to have you join us this evening, Ken, on YouTube and listening to the net here. Just a couple of other bits before I make my final comments, Jeff. One of them is that one of the requests we've had in the last 12 months from one or two people is whether we could have a speaker about building a valve, a simple valve transmitter for HF. I know in part this is nostalgic for some of us that came into radio with valves, as I did as a teenager, and a number of people do want to have a go at building one. And I'm just in the process of sorting out a speaker for that, and also seeing if we could have a little build group that met regularly on Zoom to catch up with how we will get on with issues and problems in our build. So that could be quite good fun in 2024 as well. Final thing, which I was very sad to read, apart from getting the ARRL magazine CQ, I've also, QST, I've also been a subscriber of CQ magazine for quite a long time. And the last edition of that I received was October. And I just was unable to find any information out. Apparently, they've run out of money and they've had to cease publication. The people involved behind CQ are trying to raise funds to get the magazine going again. But that will be very, very sad indeed if another radio magazine bites the dust. Anyway, can I take the opportunity of wishing a really, really happy Christmas to everybody, wherever you are in the world, and looking forward to catching up with you all in 2024. So have a great Christmas and a very happy New Year. And I'll also, to Adriana, I'll also, of course, be over in Germany for my birthday in January, because my birthday is also in January, and it coincides with when we're over in Bavaria. So 73s, everyone. Have a lovely time, and catch you all next time in 2024. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
All right, members there, AUG. Yes, fine on that, Nick. And thanks again, Chief or VZD, for your best wishes. And it was good to have the contact with you a few weeks ago, Ken, when you were on the fault band there. And I look forward to the next one. And thank you for your good wishes, not only to this group, but to the club in general. And we look forward to hearing from everybody again in the new year. Okay then, Nick, and thank you for the update on the historical events that he's trying to put together for that as well. That will be interesting, I'm sure. And we look forward to hearing more about that in the new year. So thanks for your contribution this evening, Nick, and look forward to next time. Over to you there, Keith, for your final, please, GM for JKZ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group, GM4JKZ. Hopefully with broadcast quality audio. Yeah, fine there. And I must all say many thanks to all those that have put the elements of the club together. There's 2 years, I think it was, the day that I joined. And it's one of the best things I've done, certainly. So I'm delighted to be a member. And Adriana, happy birthday to the 3rd of January. We don't hear from you beforehand. And do enjoy the day, won't you? Although we might hear you on 40 metres, you never know. So, the Zoom meetings in particular, I must just add that although I've been licensed for 48 years, I have learnt a huge amount this year, and my little brain is still processing some of it. A lot of very good information that came through this year, so I'm really looking forward to next year. So no pressure there. And finally, once and for all, a Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year to all the members on tonight, and also to those listening around the world. Okay, cheers for now. M0AUG, back to you there, Jeff, from GM4JKZ in the Scottish Borders.
JKZ, the group M0AUG setting. Yeah, fine in that, Keith, and a few dropouts on the last build, but the audio quality was certainly varying up. I noticed that you swapped the D74 either. So thanks very much for joining us this evening, Keith. It's been a while since you were on, and I hope everything's okay you're in there. And have a great Christmas and Happy New Year. It sounds as if you're well on track for doing that. We look forward to catching up with everybody on the Thursday, the 4th of January, I think, is the digital net. Yeah, Thursday the 4th, and obviously as many as can make a Happy New Year meeting on the net on Wednesday the 3rd. So thanks again for joining us there. Over to you there, Bob, for your final. It's been absolutely great having you on the net since you joined there. I know you're absolutely in love with your 705. So there we are, and thanks for all your contributions in the videos, etc. Over to you for your final one then, for X80 in the group M0AUG.
M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. I don't have too much to say, but I have quite a few notes, starting with Andrew's, where Andrew thanked Nick for all of his work. And also we thank you, Jeff, for the work that you and the other Jeff over there in Belgium did to get this net together. And we certainly appreciate it. And I look forward most Thursdays to try to join the group. Next, I wrote down here an early happy birthday to Adriana, and I hope you had a happy one. And on Mike's comments, I agree with his comments. I agree with Adriana's comments. And Nick, I also got that note about CQ, and it looks like another fine magazine is going to bite the dust, and let's hope that they can pull it out one way or the other. Good evening to Victor Zulu Victor, who is listening apparently via a net that you set up, Nick, and we do appreciate that also. And Keith, I agree with your remarks. And of course, I haven't heard Jeff in Belgium yet, but I know that you'll add plenty to the group, and it was so great to be able to have that contact with you earlier this year, Jeff. With that, Merry Christmas to all that are listening, and Happy New Year. And I look forward to our next get together, which will be next year. 73 to all, and back to you, Jeff, in the UK. M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango.
November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AUG returning. Yeah, fine on that, Bob, and absolutely superb to have you as on this group as well, and do thank you again for your support, and I know you enjoy it as well. So best wishes for Christmas and the New Year. Hope Kathy continues to improve, and we look very, very much to catching up with you on Thursday the 4th of January for the first meeting in the new year. And you're absolutely right. I couldn't do this now without the support from Jeff in Belgium. We developed this concept together, and I know I take the net most times that Jeff stands in when I can't do, but it was a joint effort from the start, and I'm very grateful to Jeff's support. I know he helps a lot of the people in the background to join the net surgery. So with great thanks, Jeff. Over to you. Oscar November 8, the Tango in the group. M0AUG.
50 AUG, the group. Over 8 November Tango, I hope it will work, because I was kicked out. I was on terminal mode, and at a certain moment, I was kicked out, and I had to set up the hotspot. So I'm on the hotspot now. Okie-do. And yes, I think we had a smashing year, really a cracking year, very productive. And I emphasize what everyone has said about the activities and the club and so on and so on. So I really, really enjoyed that year, and I hope next year we will have the same positive experience. And I will try to work the stations, the GP number Happy New Year stations on the 3rd of January. And by the way, happy birthday, Adriana. Very nice to know that your birthday is on that day. I hope you will enjoy that. And also, Nick, I hope your birthday will be very, very pleasant there in Germany. And also best greetings to Ken, who seems to be listening on YouTube and on the Zoom session. I would say 73s to everyone. Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to everyone. And hope to catch you all next year. And I haven't forgot anything, I hope. No. No, I don't think I have forgotten anything. Okay, all the best 73s. Oh yeah, and thanks, Jeff, for managing this and for hosting this. That was what I was forgetting. So back to you, Jeff. Mike 0 AUG, the group over 8 November Tango.
Yeah, absolutely no problem at all, Jeff. And I wouldn't have wanted to do this without your support. So thanks again. Not stuff this evening. Thank you to everybody who supported the group all the way through. We just had to do a squeeze then. I'm sure nobody wanted to hear that. And thanks to everybody who joined the group, and those who did with it right from the start. It's a great little group, and we hope to build on it in the future there. And thanks also to Ken and the others who are listening on the YouTube channel. And we hope we can get some of the people who are listening on that and Zoom into the net contributing on a regular basis. So thanks to everybody for your friendship and everything else in the group in here. Have a superb Christmas and a good New Year, and we'll be back on Thursday, the 4th of January. And in the meantime, Adriana, you'll have had another birthday. Best wishes for that. Some faith with me. Bye for now. 0 AUG now, please.